in 10. 2 scoops for upper body sessions. All good? Can you hear me? Yeah? Right guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. We're in for upper today at Ultraflex Derby. I've not filmed here before. Reese has done a video here. I did some reels, so you'll probably have seen those. But yeah, I really like it here. Really good gym, good vibe, good equipment. So we're doing, I think, yeah, 4 out of our 5 sessions out of here at the minute. And then still doing pull at B Modified, because we do really like B Modified as well. It's just a little bit further away for me, well, for both of me and Reese, to be fair. Reese is on his way, but he's late as per, so I'm going to crack on with the first movements and then we'll catch up a little bit later on. So this is now the 17th, going into the 17th week post-show, which is pretty mental. So basically 17 weeks into off season, or you could say I'm like 11 weeks into off season, because I had like a 6-week recovery phase, if you like, which was definitely needed and warranted. Like, I'm in a drastically better position now. You can probably tell just with how I am, the fact I don't look like I'm going to die, I don't feel like I'm going to die. So yeah, I'm in a much better position. I feel a lot healthier. Performance is probably the best it's ever been on 99% of movements. Some things like my pressing, still not the best ever, because I'm still over 50 pounds lighter than my heaviest ever. My heaviest ever is 233, and I'm currently 180, 181. So that's like 50 pounds off peak weight. So obviously I'm not going to be pulling the best numbers ever I have, especially with my back issue at the minute, and I'm not going to be pressing my best numbers ever. But in terms of like actual quality of training, it feels like my training is the best it's ever been. So that's really cool. I'm really happy with that, and it's not taken long to get back to that. Hormonally in a much better position, like generally just mentally feel a lot better and a lot happier in all aspects. So yeah, all is good. I'll probably do another like update later on in the video in terms of where foods are, you know, rate of gain, all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned for that. But I'm just going to finish off steps, do a bit of mobility work, and then we will crack on. So yeah, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and enjoy the video. Right guys, so pre-workout mobility. So basically what I do at the minute is just a little bit of thoracic flexion and extension around the foam roller, and then a little bit of thoracic rotation as well. So basically like threading the needle, I think it's called. I'm not sure on the exact terms. But yeah, basically the reason that I'm doing that is my back often feels quite tight. Obviously I'm sat sort of doing check-ins for pretty much all of the morning until I come and train, or from like 7 a.m.-ish until like 12-ish, the times that I'm doing check-ins. So sort of sat in that kind of same position. No matter how much you work on your posture, like your back's still going to get a little bit tight. So what I'll do is I'll come into the session and I'll do what I feel like I need to do. I won't be spending half an hour doing mobility. It's literally 5 minutes. I'll do a little bit for my back. On a leg day, I'll do a little bit of dynamics work for my legs, and I'll stretch out my hips a little bit with like a 90-90 stretch. But you don't need to be taking the piss doing mobility work for an hour before you train. 5-10 minutes based on what you feel you need to do to get yourself fresh and ready for the session is generally what I'd recommend. Right guys, so first exercise is the Atlantis lateral raise. They've got loads of different laterals. They've got seated, they've got standing Atlantis, Nautilus, Gymleco. I like them all, they all feel decent. I quite like the Atlantis with the actual pad on my upper arm. I do the Gymleco at the end of my push session because it drops off a little bit more in the short, whereas it's a bit more challenging in the short. But yeah, generally it just feels really good. Making sure that I'm sort of like angling my torso slightly to the side that I'm working on, so my arm can come across my body and lengthen my side delt a bit more and just align with this pivot point as well. And then what I'll do is, because these machines are close together, my first press is the Gymleco shoulder press. So I'll basically just do my warm-up sets in between my actual working sets on here, so that when I'm done with my working sets on here, I can jump straight onto the shoulder press. Just make sure you get the Gucci ring in it as well. Sam, did you get the Gucci ring in that little bit? The Gucci ring that's £9 fake that Shannon got me. supposed to be 825, but don't tell anyone, it's actually £9. 3, 2,
Yep.
1.
Yep. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Go on. Good. Come on. Good. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Tight. Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, go on.
Go on. Go on. Come on. See what you got. See what you got, mate. Come on. Come on. Easy. Tight. Tight. Drive. Yes. Yeah. Lovely. Good. Nice.
Oh.
Good.
Fucking hell. Thank you. It is very heavy. I'm not just saying that. So the Gymleco pressing kit, to be fair, any of the Gymleco kit is very heavy in the lengthened range, or at least again on the pressing equipment. So I have both this and the chest press in this session, and yeah, like the reasoning behind that is I like them, they feel good, their sort of resistance profile matches the strength profile. I do enjoy them, but they are like brutally heavy in that lengthened range, so if you're not careful, like you'll just die out. Like you've got to brace really, really effectively. As well, like the back pad, that's as far as the back pad goes back. I feel like I could do with it maybe one click further back, because it is still quite a bit upright for what feels comfortable for me, hence why I move my hips forward just a touch. And because it diverges at the bottom, so obviously it converges as you press, it diverges as you descend, it comes out really wide, so like that's why I'm only coming down to here. So if I come down any lower, this starts to happen. That's really not a comfortable position to press. My shoulder feels awkward there anyway with no weight, so I'm coming down to about a 90-degree angle before I press. If I come any lower, and if you were to use this machine, you probably feel it, feels very awkward right in that bottom part of the rep. Oh. Oh.
Cool. Aaron.
Oh. So 3 plates for 4 and 1 for the first set, and then that was 2.5 for 10. This is only the 3rd rotation that I've done that, and I'm pretty sure I got like 2.5 for 5 the first week. So obviously it's a new movement, like you get better at it, you get used to the movement, the bracing pattern, the hip position, everything. But yeah, like training's progressing very, very nicely at the minute, which is good. And that's feeling really good. I get a good stretch through my delts and my upper chest. So that's the first press done, just 2 sets there. Sort of rep ranges I'm looking at anywhere between probably like a 5, obviously I got 4 and 1, so that was a pointless set. 5 to like a 12-ish, maybe maximum up to like a 15. And realistically, like whether you call it a top set, back off set, or just a first set, second set, doesn't really matter. Like if I'd have done 3 plates and got 12, I'd have gone heavier. But I got 4 and 1, so I went lighter and took a slightly higher rep as my second set. Got Irish jig music on. One. Yeah.
Yeah, stronger. Yeah. Come on. Better, better, better. Take your breath. Yeah, it's better. It's moving, it's moving, it's moving.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, take one.
Let's go now. Big one. Take your breaths. Yep, 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 yep. Breathe for it, breathe for it, breathe for it, breathe for it, breathe for it. Jaws.
Boom! Fucking hell. Mate, I was just going to say leave it because I've hooked up your pull session. Thank you, mate. Fucking hell. That was good. It's better than last week. I think I got 3 last week. That was 5 and 1, but it was 5 and then a row from Mr. Osborne, the famous George Osborne in my video. My God. Yeah, that was actually really good. Good spot from George as well. But it's again brutally heavy in the lengthen. So like then when I'm like, yeah, I'll take one. You think you've got the one, but it just goes in that lengthen range. But the connection I get with my pecs really, really good. The only limiting factor I would say on this machine is that the actual foot platform could do with being a little bit higher. So it's sort of, you're able to actually push more against it and push yourself back, because it's like, yeah, it's angled like down a bit awkwardly. If it was angled more upright and I could properly brace against it, that'd be better. So I feel like I'm not that stable. It still feels good, but that's the one thing that I would change. That was good again. That was 9 last week and that was 13. It's very nice taking progressions that are a little bit silly at the minute based on new gym, new equipment, and just actually regaining lost tissue and feeling good again. Like, I'm not going to be taking 4 reps up on a set 3-6 months down the line, but with where I'm at now, like most movements are progressing by 2-3 reps or adding weight and progressing reps. Like, it's fun. It brings back the enjoyment of training again. I was saying to Sam earlier off cam, like you forget that you actually love training when you're prepping. It's just like a box that you tick. It's like, yeah, I'm going to the gym, I've got to train. Whereas now it's like I actually look forward to training. I think about the movements that I'm doing like the night before, or when I'm doing check-ins in the morning, I'm thinking about the session I'm going to do. It's just nice having that enjoyment back.
Whoa, giant to a maggot, big boss status. Ain't gon' lie, I really wish they would like a cabin. I ain't do no front and get my money on the back end. Yesterday's price ain't today, now we taxing. Way out the fear, ain't no way out for me. They always told me I'm the wave, like I'm way out. And see, I know some real ones turn state, ain't no way I could be out here living like the villain, only way up for me. Moving out the purchase, I get time if it was worth it. If you coming from my fam, then you know I take it personal. Say that you the goat, I asked around, I never heard of you.
So 2 sets on the Northwest decline fly. I basically do it as like a bit of a mechanical drop set, so I'll keep my arms straight to start. Then when I'm failing, I'll bend my arms a little bit more. And then when I fail on that, I'll just take some lengthen partials, not just regular partials, lengthen partials. To be fair, it feels really nice. I get like, out of those partials at the end of the set, I generally get a better connection than I do through the full range. So I quite like adding those at the end. And it's not really a fatiguing exercise. It's 50 kilos, like I'm not having to brace incredibly hard or psych myself up for the set or anything like that. It's not very demanding. You can add partials to 2 sets on that and it's not going to create a ton of fatigue. Right guys, so on to the back movements now. So I'll start off with my push movements and then I'll follow on with my back movements. So basically I've got 2 single arm lat variations, so one of them being a row, one of them being a pull down. I don't really mind the order that I do them in, like it depends on which machine is free. So I'm doing the hoist single arm row and the Northless single arm pull around. I'll come on to that and sort of the torso angle a little bit later on, but basically 2 sets on each with a T-bar row as my main upper back movement in between. So again, if you've got like 2 lat dominant movements and you're, let's say, doing a pull down first and a row later on, does it really matter? Like, not really, especially with these. Like, the profile is basically slightly heavier to slightly lighter on both, so it really doesn't matter which order I do them in. I'm not going to wait around for half an hour if the machine's not available. I'll just switch them around, and they're very similar movements anyway. One's a lat movement from up here, one's a lat movement from here, with the row in between.
I can't even think of a man that had me terrified. We got options, pick your poison or just pick a side. Pick a side, pick your poison. Pick a side, pick your poison. Pick a side, pick your poison. Ain't no picking on me, all about to get me going. Yeah, pick a side, pick your poison. Pick a side, pick your poison. Pick a side, pick your poison. Ain't no picking on me, all about to get me going. Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Tight, big sense. There we go. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Good. Again. Three more, then. 3 more. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Good. Tiny bit. You can go, mate. You can go. Yes. Yeah, love it. And again. Yes. Yeah.
An annoying slipping. Oh. So I do 3 sets on that. Basically do like heavy, moderate, yeah buddy. Last set is a yeah buddy set. We get a few force reps, a few partials or like Kelso shrugs if you want to call them that at the end. Basically just trying to retract my scapula, get a bit more out of the rhomboids and the mid traps. But yeah, I quite like 3 sets on that because it's my only real upper back movement in this session. Whereas like on a pull day, I'll have 2 separate upper back movements. Well, actually 3 if you include the upper back pull down. Today, I literally have 4 sets of lats, 3 sets of upper back, spread 2, 3, 2. And then it's just a case of finishing off with a little bit of arms, a bit more side delts. So yeah, 3 sets there. Heavy, moderate, really heavy. I like that as well because like the first set is generally like a top set. The second set is a back off, obviously with a bit of a pause in the length and range, and both of those sets feel really good in terms of like the connection and the contraction. And the final set is just trying to get a lot of load in that stretch position and, like I say, taking those partials. So guys, as you can see at the minute, what I'm doing with a lot of my lat work is I'm angling my torso towards the side that I'm working on. So all I'm really trying to do is just lengthen my lats a little bit more. Simple as that. The lats span around the back of the rib cage just like the pecs span around the front of the rib cage. So if I can basically bring my humerus across my body, I'm going to be lengthening those lats a little bit more. Really that simple. Nautilus pull down, angling across slightly, lengthening the lats more. Single arm hoist row, angling towards it, lengthening the lats a little bit more. Basically like a pull around rather than a pull down or a row. If you like it, cool, do it. If you get a good stretch and a good connection, do it. If you don't, if it feels awkward on your shoulders, which it can for some people, don't do it. Simple as that. You don't need to do it. On my pull day on a Monday, this is my upper session, on my pull day I do more of a pull down and a row. On this session I angle my torso more just to get a little bit more out of that lengthened position. But it feels good for me. For example, Reese doesn't do it because he just feels awkward. He's just too big, you see. So yeah, basically you might see a lot of people doing it. It seems to have become quite popular. But ultimately, if it feels good for you and you can get more of a stretch through your lats, do it. If it feels uncomfortable, don't do it. Right guys, that is a wrap for the upper session. So really good session. Again, like just feeling really good at the minute. It's like I say, it's a real nice feeling to just enjoy training, feel strong, don't feel battered after the end of the session, don't feel like I want to just go home. Like I enjoy my time in the gym now. I enjoy posing. I'm happy with the look. The look is like drastically better than it was post-show. Obviously post-show you put on that initial body weight, it's quite a quick sort of, and that sort of first 10-15 pounds that went on was quite quick, maybe a little bit too quick to be fair, where the look then isn't great. Obviously you put on a decent amount of body fat in a short period of time, which is needed for like general health and productivity within your training, but it's time that you need. Time is the most important thing. I've been saying it to my clients all the time, like they expect to feel amazing because they put on 10 pounds post-show in 2 weeks. Like you're not going to feel amazing. It takes time, and like again, only recently, probably in the last maybe month or two, have I started to feel like really like myself again. And that's again like 16-17 weeks post-show. So yeah, the initial weight that went on obviously is never going to look great, and especially a lot of that is just psychologically comparing yourself to stage condition. It's an increase in visceral fat, an increase in fat around the midsection, an increase in interstitial fluid. Like you just don't look good. Yeah, like in Vegas I looked horrendous, but now I'm 10 pounds heavier than I was in Vegas, and I look drastically better because I'm bigger, I'm fuller, I'm fresher. Hormonally I'm in a much better position. Training wise is way better. Stress is a lot lower, fluids dropped off, regained some tissue that was lost throughout the prep, like all these kind of things. So if you're in that position post show and you're not liking how you look, like just don't stress, just focus on doing the basics well. Like eat good quality food, get good sleep, stay hydrated, go to the gym and enjoy your training. Focus on good quality training and trying to progress. Like don't be stressing about your exact rate of gain or how you look compared to when you were stage conditioned, because you're not going to like that and it's not going to do you any good. Like I was checking in every day when I was competing. Obviously I was checking in like multiple times a day, looking at yourself constantly, assessing your physique constantly, whereas now I look at myself post-workout. That's it. Because what does it matter? I'm not competing for years, so I don't need to address my body fat levels too much or worry about that. Like, I need to keep pushing up and pushing up nice and slowly for as long as possible, enjoy my training, get as strong as I can with good form for as long as I can with a slow rate of gain, and then ultimately when I get to the point where I feel like I've maxed out and I'm pretty hefty and I'm like, oh, I don't like how I feel lethargic, my food's getting hard to get in, I'm feeling like I'm not as sensitive to food and so on and so forth, then I'll just have a mini cut and then I'll have that and reset and max out again. And that's bodybuilding, that's what you have to do. So yeah, post-workout is about to go down. I haven't had a Conte shaker sent yet, so this is an old shaker, so I can't show you it. But it's the Repair Vanilla Ice Cream Conte Whey, which is honestly incredible. So I've got 60 grams there, which is just over 40 grams of protein. And usually I have cereal post-workout, but Friday is like off-plan meal night for me and Shannon. At the minute we are having a burrito. So I basically take the cereal out of my post-workout, which is 200 carbs, save the calories from there. And then my last meal is usually oats, which is 75 carb in that last meal. So I basically save myself 275 carb, the protein from my final meal, and it's about 20 fats in total. So I've saved over 1,000 calories pretty much, well over 1,000 calories for a really big burrito from Plan Burrito, which is incredible to be fair. So that's the plan for tonight. Other than that, crack on with work and then chill out. Watch The Apprentice. That's what I'm watching on a Friday night at the minute. Are you watching The Apprentice, Sam? Yeah. Don't tell me. Are you watching it live on Thursdays? Are you watching it the day after? Catch up, yeah. Catch up, yeah. So yeah, catching up on The Apprentice tonight. But that's all. Thank you all for watching. As always, please like, subscribe, comment if there's anything you want to see. Check out the podcast if you're not already. Follow me on Instagram if you're not already. And I will catch you all in the next video.